Hi there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I'm going to talk about why diets don't work if you really need a detox. So I've made a picture here. Not an artist. I'm super good at drawing like cells, mitochondria, neurons, stuff like that. Super good at that. No one likes to say that. So I'm trying to do a visual here in terms of diets and what they're designed to do to the body to help you lose weight. Because you're not really losing weight. And then how when you eat normal again, I gained weight back, right? I stopped doing this crazy restrictive thing and then I gained weight back. Yeah, because you're eating normal, right? You're eating normal. And then what that really does to your body and system, right? This is a machine, your system, right? This is the imagery of it. And then what detox can actually do to help your system work better, work more efficiently, and so that you can actually see the right results. Okay, so here we go. When we're looking at like eating normal, and so this is what I would say, Sally, my expressions, I know. Sometimes some of this stuff just makes me like so crazy. I just can't help but make faces at it because I'm like, this is, everybody talks about like, oh, this diet, this thing, blah, blah. I'm like, that is not how the human body works. Let's start with how human body works. Oh, and then let's go with how the female body works. Biological females. This is how their systems work. And if we work with that, things work better. Things work better. I'm gonna start sweating. I'm gonna get so worked up. Okay, so normal diet. This is somebody who is, I'm eating clean, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing all these really good things, right? But I'm not losing weight. Okay, right? Diet is some type of restrictive diet plan. Some type of, I'm cutting calories, I'm cutting nutrients. I am only eating food that comes from this super special package company, something, right? No other real food that you would find at a grocery store, right? Nothing like Whole Foods, whatever, right? Okay, so that's that. This is an example of like, this is the human body, right? So these gears represent just your mechanisms inside. This is going to be your digestive system, your, organ function, liver, kidneys, all these things, how this processes all these things. Now imagine these gears are supposed to work, right? Work together, run smoothly, and then that is your metabolism. When everything runs smoothly, works really well, that's your metabolism. And any food or fuel you put into the system. Now you're going to put food and fuel into the system. Right here, it's going to go through these gears, worked out really nicely. You eliminate out, right? But then the system works really well. I drew these lines around the outside that indicate fat, right? Your body will store fat. The female body stores fat way more, way faster, way easier than the male body. It's a protective mechanism for us. Also, it's just what our systems are designed to do. So stop fighting it. Stop feeling like you should be ripped and have abs all the time. That's not a thing that the female body naturally has. You see gals in magazines or photos on, social media or something, know that if it's not photoshopped, if that's their actual physical form, that is something that they trained for specifically and not something that they currently wake up and have day to day typically. Unless there's somebody who's a real athlete, right? And their bodies are in a performance state, right? They're not like skinny. That's a little different. But we're looking at, okay, food and fuel in the body, the machine works through it, right? And these gears should be running and moving through the fuel that you're eating it. That's your metabolism then moving everything through, and then you eliminate things out. So when you are going on a diet, right, what the deal is that instead of eating normal food at a normal rate, right? Oh, this is my normal food. Oh, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm just going to cut out half of the, oh, that's smeared a lot. Sorry. I'm going to cut out half of the stuff I'm eating. That's going to force my system to burn fat. Super great for the male body. Male body does that. Female body does not do that naturally. Now you may burn and get rid of some of it, right? You may get rid of some of it here. but definitely not all of it, right? But what happens is that when you go on this diet and you become nutrient deficient, what happens for the female body, super fun, this is super fun for us, is that our body increases in inflammation and stress. Inflammation, stress, and it tends to hold on to things because then that elimination piece doesn't happen, and then it tends to hold on to things like excess hormone, like estrogen and other things. So all of a sudden you're going to get these blobbies, very technical words here, blobbies in here. And again, this is going to be multiple things. Inflammation, any stress, hormones. Hopefully you guys can see this. That's what these things are. They're going to gunk up the gears and cause everything to slow down. Bubby, I don't know what, I don't want to see a bug. If you're trying to show me a bug. Nope, outside. Nope, nope.
A dead bee.
No, I don't want it. No, put it outside, kiddo. Oh my God. Just wants to show me something. I don't want to see it. So inflammation, stress, hormones, all these things gunk up the gears. So, and this is in part, now, is it solely because you cut down your calories? Maybe. I mean, but a lot of times there's other things that are happening in our lives, right? I get this question a lot when I go through hormone testing reports with women. They're like, well, why are my hormones like this? Like, they first of all, what is it? Like, what is it? We clearly see everything that's happening in your system. And then why is it like that? Sometimes you can relate it to stressors, traumas, injuries, illnesses, birth control, whatever it is, right? You can find some things. Is that going to be the list complete? No. There might be some things that you don't know for sure. But a lot of women have done dieting for, 20 years of their life, 30 years of their life, 40 years of their life. And going through repeat nutrient deficiency periods increases the stress in your body, increases the release of cortisol and how your system is going to react and respond, increases the inflammation in your system like that. It increases your body's ability to just gunk up the hormones everywhere. Yeah. So if you're wondering, okay, wait, what is this detox? How do I know where to start? What do I do? We start with looking at your Dutch test. So I'm going to put a link right here. If you have not taken a peek and looked at what Dutch test is, there's a form you fill out so I know what test to send you because there's different types of tests, and depending on what you have going on, I want to make sure you get the right test sent to you because some of them deal with insomnia or other things like that. So that's why there's a form to fill out so I can make sure you get the right one sent to you. It comes right to your house. You take the test, you send it into the lab. Easy peasy. They analyze it and we go over it. It is amazing. And we go through so much information here that talks about exactly the stages of hormones where your body's having a hard time detoxing these hormones, processing these hormones through your system. Where exactly is the gunk stuck in the wheels of your body machine? That's what we see. Exactly where. We know exactly what to target then. Because with regular diets where you're only getting half of the nutrients in, again, you're not actually getting the gears to work faster to burn off everything here. You're just, trying to put less in, less out, and hoping that takes care of the excess fat in your system that has been built up there because of protective mechanisms, because of all this gunk in here. So this is a wash, rinse, repeat, and you get stuck in this cycle. And this happens over a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 40 years. 40 years. Yeah. Oh, Sue's asking, after filling out the questionnaire, how long it'll be before we get more info back? It should be within 24 hours, Sue. If it's not, if you filled something out and for some reason my system didn't catch it, let me know, send me a message. Yes. What do you use then to fix what you find is wrong? Ooh, Sarah, good question. Yes. So let's talk about that, right? So then what happens here is that because this fat is around your system as a protective mechanism, and again, this is for the female body. This is how the female body works. Our systems functionally work completely different than the male body because our hormones are different, right? So once you realize, oh my gosh, yes, everything is gunking up, how fast it's burning everything. So no wonder why I'm eating super clean. I'm doing all these dietary things. Nothing is happening. Or maybe I'll get a little something to happen. I'll get a little something, a little layer off. I still have more to go, but nothing, you'll plateau. Nothing else will happen. I lost 20 pounds and I can't lose a pound more. Nothing else will budge. I have another 20 I want to lose. But I've been eating 1,200 calories a day and I've been working out and da-da-da. You don't have a deficit to go into more because your system won't allow it. And at that same time, you're adding more gunk to your system. Then what happens when you go back to eating normal, and this isn't even bad. It's not like you're overeating or whatever. You're just eating regular, healthy, real foods, right? Regular, healthy, real foods. But this is more, right? Regular foods, not a bad diet. This is what I chat with women every single day from all over the world. You guys are smart, right? You've done research. You've been eating, it's not like you're eating McDonald's every day. You're eating good foods. You're like, but I had some creamer in my coffee. You're thinking like that's the culprit here. No, it is a combination of these restrictive things, the garbage that gets built up then in your system because your system's reacting negatively to it. That's what it is. That's what it is. So when we add then more in, all of a sudden, you have more that gets added on, so your system then responds, oh, okay, we have more to be protective with. And you're like, oh, yeah, I gained all that weight back. I gained all that weight back and then some. And this happens again and again and again. And you get so frustrated with it. So frustrated with it. Because what you're doing, restricting things, doesn't get those gears to work faster. What does get the gears to work faster? So I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use a hormonal example because this is something that a lot of the gals that I work with right now are experiencing. I had some conversations today. I had a bunch of conversations today, and a handful of them, this was their response. I am sleeping better than I have slept in years. I have more energy. And not only do I have more energy, but I've been able to work out. I worked out every single day this week. I worked out every single day for the past week. And I felt great during my workouts. I'm working out harder and I still feel good afterwards. Normally, if I tried to push myself harder in my workout, I'd be so exhausted, it would wipe me out the rest of the day. That's not normal. That's not a normal place to push yourself to feel like you need to burn more, right? Because you're trying to consume less. This is not a simple A plus B equals C equation. The female body is so much more complex than that. So some of the things that we worked on with these gals are really specific for the estrogens here and how your body processes estrogens. Now this is an example report, right? This is something that I will show sometimes as just an example. Does this make sense to anybody else? No. But when we go through it, I will explain all the details to you, right? But if your body is going through something really, really high here, and then these dials all of a sudden drop down really low here, your body's not processing and detoxifying estrogens properly from your system. What does that do? That can create a lot of painful periods. It can have really bad PMS, mood swings, right? Heavy periods, clots, and weight gain, insulin sensitivity, right? Insulin resistance, so that your body's not as sensitive to insulin, so you're going to have more cravings, you're going to have more fatigue, you're going to have a hard time recovering, all these things, right? All of them. So then where do you start? Because if we cut things down, your body's going to get more nutrient depleted. Yes. So when we work on the nutrition piece of it, we're still working on getting good fuel in. But where we start is actually, let's get the system, let's get the gears moving faster. Gears need to move faster. How do we do that? Detox, hormone detox. How do we know where to target the hormone detox? How do we know which pieces to take out here? Dutch test. So again, that link is in the comments below. But once we know which places to target, we get all of that gunk out of there. So now these gears are moving faster, right? Everything is spinning, everything is working, everything is moving through here quickly. And then everything is eliminating faster. I used a different color marker, sorry. Everything is eliminating properly. And then after that, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna have more energy. You're gonna feel lighter, right? Just these shifts and changes happen in your system. And then your body will start to release that protective layer. of fat around it, right? That can't happen unless this is working properly. It does not happen any other way in the female body. It starts with a hormone detox. And where we focus, we look exactly with what your body needs. That's the magic of it. That's why it works in such a crazy, amazing way for women. Now, I've heard people say like, oh, you don't need to detox. Your body detoxes on its own. So people shouldn't really detox. Okay, yes, a regular functioning, if all of your gears are working well on its own and you just happen to be one of those people, good for you. Yes, do you need to detox? Maybe not, right? But there's a lot of women with stressors right now, with other impacts in our system, endocrine disruptors, right? Xenoestrogens that are in products and foods and everything around us that impacts our systems. It messes with our hormones and causes those gears to gunk up, and then our body reacts by adding weight. So by targeting the weight first, we're looking at the wrong thing. We're looking at the wrong thing, right? Trying to get a quick fix, thinking that that's a long-term solution. But when you're actually looking at, I really want to feel better and lose the weight, you're looking at eating normal, eating healthy, regular foods. A lot of times when I, like the meal guides and stuff that I give women, they're not like totally like crazy wonky meal guides. And they are so flexible, it's ridiculous. You can still eat the foods that you love. You can still have desserts. You can still have wine. Yeah, fine, great. Because that's not the magic in the little tiny thing there. No, the magic is really getting your system to work and function better. That's the magic, right? And that starts with really focusing on what your system needs. And it goes from there. And then once that happens, there is no more diets. That's not even a thing anymore. You're just eating regular healthy foods that you love. Your system is working really well, and you are able to maintain results, but that's your new healthy body that you're living in. If you are sick and tired of feeling like, ugh, I don't even know what's happening in my body anymore. I don't even recognize it. I'm having these reactions, these responses, things, I don't even know. My moods, come on, I don't even know where it's coming from. We can find out, right? I don't understand why this weight won't budge, or why when I try to lose weight, I'll lose 10 pounds and get so exhausted I can't have anything else happen. We'll find out. Dutch test. Again, go in the comments. It's a completely different thing. When you really get your system functioning better, you feel better. I say this all the time. When you function better, you feel better, and then you get to keep the results from there, because that is your new body that you're living in. It's a whole different way to approach it. And it's such a frustrating thing for me to hear that this is not something women are told. This is not something we are, approached with. It's all about diet and like cutting out what we're putting in the system, which does not work. It is not a long-term solution, and it is not a lifestyle that you can maintain. And it causes more problems to that system than it does good. Yes. I went on a little bit of a rant there. So, let me know if you guys have questions. I feel like I've talked to a lot of gals today about this specifically, the machine, your body as the machine, your body as getting those gears moving faster, your body as functioning at its high capacity that it should, so that your metabolism is actually working for you. So you stop fighting against your system. Dutch test shows us exactly what we need to see. Curious if the pouch in your core is higher or lower on your stomach is an indicator of hormones. Ooh, Tracy, excellent question. And it can be, absolutely, absolutely. So you're looking at belly fat. You know what? I'll do a whole video on belly fat, location of abdomen fat, and hormones. And by no means is this like exclusive, right? But a lot of times when you're looking at a pouch or something, is it hormones? Is it inflammation? Right? Scar tissue, other things, right? There's a crap ton of stuff that can come from having your belly look big or bloated or fat. So I'll do a whole video on that, because absolutely hormones. And then if you're thinking, well, crap, which hormones is it? Because if you have an estrogen, like if you Google this, it'll be like, oh, estrogen bellies look like this. Cortisol bellies look like this. What if you have both? Yeah. There's no one or right or wrong way necessarily for bellies to look when you have a hormone issue, but I'll give you some indicators on things that tie in. How about that? Yes. I'll do that video tomorrow. Yeah, but again, Dutch test, amazing resource, amazing information, customized to you specifically, because we see exactly what's happening in your system and where along the way those steps are being missed. Exactly where in those wheels the cogs are gunked up, and we clear that out with detoxing. Whole different ball game. Yes. All right, other resources I have for you if you're looking at things. My book, The Female Fat Solution, is on Amazon. It talks all about nutrition. That matches your hormones, your cycle. I talk about different phases of life in there. If you're in perimenopause, menopause, also it's a great resource. And I talk a lot about nutrition, history of nutrition, and how it's set up for men and not women. It's fun. My podcast is called The Female Health Solution. Today I did an episode on PCOS, talking about the most common questions women have with PCOS. So you can go to Female Health Solution podcast to listen to that. And then my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westy. You can subscribe to that just to stay updated on all the information I have coming out. All these fabulous videos with my excellent artwork. What a mess. I really struggled. I was gonna draw like like an abdomen and like gut and a liver and all these other things, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose people. But I will draw one tomorrow when we talk about belly fat. Belly fat and women is going to be our topic for tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Yes. All right. Let me know if you have any other questions, if you need another help or other resources. I'm here for you. I'm a resource for you. And if you found this helpful, share it with other women that need this message too. If you know somebody who's been on diets for 20 years of their life, at least, they need to hear this message. So there you go. All right. Have a great rest of your night. I will see you guys later.